I'll be real, I'm devastated right now. I stayed up, it's now 6 a.m. in the UK to watch the Izzy versus Alex Pereira fight, and as a Nigerian and huge Izzy fan, I'm gutted, man. I'm absolutely gutted at a time where my football team, being Arsenal, are on top of the world. I no longer have a fighter that I support that is the champ. We lost Kamaru. We lost Izzy. I was a huge Conor fan, and everybody knows what a fall from grace he had. Yeah, man, this has left a really bitter taste in my mouth. A really, really bitter taste in my mouth. Because one thing that always gets me with fighting is how the fuck the better man can lose so often. This is the third time Izzy has lost to this man now. And anybody who has watched all three of the fights can see who is the superior fighter. But Alex has beaten him 3 times. Now, do I even have a right to say that Izzy's the superior fighter? I guess not, because Alex is 3-0 against this man, which is insane. It's insane. Yet, when you put them in a ring together, 90% of the time, it's clear to see who the superior man is. But one of them always finds a way to win. Now, what is that? How do you quantify that? How do you package that in a way to take to somebody like Izzy, who has a superior skill set but can't seem to utilize it in order to achieve his goal of beating said opponent? Like, what is this unquantifiable, I guess, energy, you could say, that the one man has that the other doesn't? Maybe it's as simple as heart and a willingness to go to depths of his mind that the other maybe isn't. You could just put it down to punching power, because on the 2 occasions where Alex has finished Izzy, it's been due to immense punching power. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's left me with a lot of thoughts and a lot of emotions, if I'm being completely honest. That's like one of the best things and worst things about being a sports fan and like actually giving a shit about these people that you follow, whose careers you follow, or these teams whose careers you follow. You become emotionally attached. Excuse me. I'm yawning. I'm absolutely knackered. You become emotionally attached. And for me, like, that's the fun in it. Like, I will never not follow fighters and follow sports teams and actually give a shit about them, because without that care, without the nerves that you feel before a fight or the anxiety you feel during a match, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Like, you can watch the El Clasico and yes, it's a spectacle, it's nice and fun, but as a Brit, like, it's never gonna resonate with me like a North London derby or an Arsenal versus Man U, in the same way that a Man City versus Liverpool game over the last few seasons is never going to resonate with me even as much as an Arsenal versus Crystal Palace game. Why? Because I'm an Arsenal fan. So that element is, I believe, is the most important element of being a sports fan. But not having a fighter, like, I feel lost right now. Like, I can't even formulate it into words. Everybody who I admired for one reason or another has fallen short at some point. Now, let's not get it twisted. There's a rematch on the cards. Well, there's definitely going to be a rematch. You don't lose. You don't lose the fight on the scorecard. Knock the man out, and knock one of the greatest welterweights of all time out in the last round, and don't give him a rematch. There's going to be a rematch, and Izzy will have his moment. But the cloak of invincibility is gone. Like, when will we get another one? I guess is the question I'm asking. Like, when will we get another Anderson Silva? Like, that's what's crazy to me. Like, Izzy was that guy to me. Izzy was the GOAT to me. Like, he was on the path to being eclipsing John Jones, who was my first love, so to speak, in MMA. He was on the path to eclipsing John, and he wasn't even able to get past Anderson. And it puts it into perspective, like, what a feat Anderson had in 11 title defenses. Izzy achieved 7. And Izzy is Izzy. Unfortunately, I wasn't old enough, I wasn't really old enough and didn't follow it well enough at a young age to actually be present during Anderson Silva's reign. But, like, this just puts it, in an insane way, this just puts it into perspective. It exposed a huge flaw in Izzy's game. Like, and that's it, and going back to John Jones, like, the guy was the guy. He was Izzy and Khabib rolled into one. He was unstoppable. You couldn't out-wrestle him. You couldn't out-grapple him. You couldn't out-strike him. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. John Jones is the undisputed GOAT of this sport. But even the GOAT had a flaw. The guy could not stay disciplined for whatever reason. The guy couldn't stay disciplined. It's crazy to me. I guess that's the beauty of being human. Like, these men are just human at the end of the day. And none of us can be perfect. We can go to the gym, eat well, train every day. We can do whatever is within our power to make ourselves stand apart from the rest. But at the end of the day, we're all the same animal with the same time in the day. And there's only so much you can do with it, but the amount you can do with it is unlimited. But there's only so much one person and all their experiences that have made them who they are can do with it. And I guess it's extremely unfair to expect perfection from any of these people that you look up to and admire. But we're all... But I'm a kid at heart, man. I'm a kid at heart. These men will always be my superheroes, even when I'm older than them. I'm in my 50s, and I'm still following this sport, still training for recreational purposes. I'll still admire them. The kings of that era will still be superheroes to me. But yeah, man. It's a shame. It's a real shame. A real shame. But this was a different one than usual. I haven't even spoken about my workout today. It was a nice simple one. Just did some pulling and some pushing. I focused solely just on dips and pull-ups, which felt quite good. Yeah. You will see the clips. If you made it this far, thank you very much. And I'll see you tomorrow.